that God is able to see and abundantly above all we could ask or think, that is what my mind was thinking. She's out there somewhere. I don't know if she's in somebody's basement, somebody who wanted a baby and took her.
They wished Akia had shared more of her life with them. Maybe they would have a better idea of where to look for her. In an effort to generate leads, Angelique tried to get Akia's name on the local news, with no success.
I had someone tell me she wasn't newsworthy. No one wanted to report on her story. It was just really difficult.
So Angelique turned to the Black and Missing Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to bringing awareness to missing persons of color, especially cases like Akia's that were not making headlines.
We are voices for a voiceless group, and we want to make sure that the community is aware that 40% of the missing population are people of color, yet their cases are under the radar.
Natalie and Derica Wilson are the co-founders of Black and Missing.
I initially spoke with Angelique.
I'm guessing you could hear in her voice how desperate she was.
Oh, absolutely. I can hear the desperation. I can hear the frustration. I can hear the sadness. And hearing Akia's story, we wanted to give that family hope.
They did that, pushing to get Akia's story told by local newsrooms.
The strategy is utilize media to apply pressure to law enforcement. That media pressure is what motivates them to add more resources to the case.
We reached out to just about every local station in Baltimore, and they were not open to covering it at first, but we kept pounding the pavement.
There are still few clues in the 23-year-old's disappearance.
By September 2017, 4 months after Akia went missing, her face was on every newscast in Baltimore. National media followed. Dateline featured Akia's story in our Missing in America series. Investigators continued mining Akia's social media and came up with their most promising lead yet. They discovered Akia's relationship with Michael Robertson started out as an affair.
He was in another relationship with a female by the name of Haley Pomeroy, and he had a child with her. And he seemed to have another child. And Haley is in love with Michael.
But he couldn't stay away from Akia.
And he couldn't stop lying to her, or to Haley.
What did Akia think of Michael Robertson?
She was in love with him.
This is a pretty classic love triangle.
She finds out about Akia, and she loses it. And Haley has a temper, an extremely volatile temper.
On Facebook, Haley's scorn for Akia easy to see. She called Akia a homewrecker. The stakes got a little bigger when, just 3 weeks before she disappeared, Akia posted a 3D sonogram of her baby.
And when Haley sees it, she loses her mind, because she took one look at the sonogram and said, "That's Michael's baby. That's Michael's nose."
Investigators wanted to know if Haley's rage led to Akia's disappearance. They brought her in.
You tell us everything that happened right now.
I don't know anything.
I know we gave you this opportunity.
Right.
That if you're honest with us, unless you killed her, and I just don't think.
What the? Oh my. She's dead.
No, we don't know that, but we're assuming she is. Where is she?
The interview by us was very emotional for her. She would be combative with us, then she would collapse and cry.
Does she deny that she pretty much hated Akia?
No, she didn't deny that.
Are my feelings hurt that you my fiance and there's a possibility you're carrying a child? Yeah, my feelings hurt. Am I gonna do anything to you? No. I mean, let's be quite honest. How the am I gonna, how? I don't have a vehicle, nothing. Like, how? I don't even have the brain capacity. None.
We would go pretty hard at Haley at one point, thinking
she's gonna crack.
She's gonna tell us, and she didn't.
So police let Haley walk. They hoped her cell phone records might ultimately show if she'd told the truth. That kind of data would take months, sometimes years, to subpoena and analyze.
We couldn't proceed forward without the results of those records.
Baltimore police were about to gain a powerful ally in their investigation, courtesy of Akia's aunt Zenobia. Desperate for help, Akia picked up the phone and called the FBI.
I kept calling, and they eventually gave me this lady named Summer.
I got a phone call from a concerned relative of Akia Eggleston.
FBI agent Summer Ball.
Something made you want to get involved here.
I heard the voice of her family member, and that was impactful.
It turned out to be a good fit. Agent Baugh is an expert at analyzing social media and phone records. Akia had plenty of both, connecting her to dozens of people in the months before she went missing.
If there was a record out there that could tell us what someone was saying, where they were located, almost what they were thinking based on their communications, we were going after that.
Veteran FBI agent Patrick Dugan also came on board.
It appeared to me from the get-go that foul play was involved in one way, shape, or form.
In the United States, the leading cause of death for pregnant women isn't some medical complication. It's homicide. And while Faith may have kept her family's hope alive, investigators were no longer searching for Akia. They were looking for her body.
She stopped communicating with everybody else, and because of the state of her pregnancy, she was not going to walk out the door and disappear into the sunset.
That made her death all but certain.
This is a case without a body.
Right. And DNA evidence recovered from clothing, from skin, from any sort of contact that a suspect may have with the victim. It's evidence that you always want to have.
That slows everything down when you don't have that.
Sure.
2017 came to an end. Then 2018. To Akia's family, it seemed police were not taking the case seriously.
To us on the outside looking in, we just didn't see any movement, any traction.
2 years after Akia disappeared, Black and Missing booked Sean on The View, where he criticized the investigation.
There was a time when I think Sean thought we quit.
You did not.
It's just that we cannot share everything with the family as we're going through the investigation.
Over those years, investigators would interview more than 100 people and examine thousands of digital records. Bit by bit, they got closer to solving the mystery and finding the person they were looking for.
Every time we would show him another piece of forensic evidence, yes, he would say, well, this definitely looks bad for me. And then I would say, and wait, it gets worse.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. And turn all of your purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Here we go! From north, today's gonna be a fun day. To south,
we ain't afraid to get down and dirty.
from east,
Woo!
to west.
I found one of the coolest things ever.
Requesting support.
Spotter returning to ship. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes direct front. Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly. Problem solved, sir. All forces, provide cover for that target.
Requesting support.
Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes direct front. We're hull below the waterline. Flood in quickly.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to start. Problem solved, sir. Torpedoes to start. Torpedoes to start. Torpedoes to start. Torpedoes to start. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard.
Awaiting instructions.
Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to stern. Torpedoes to stern.
Construction stations. Awaiting instructions. Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes to starboard. We've destroyed an enemy cruiser. Critical engine damage. Ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. Our victory is in sight.